Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In last video, we were discuss about the types of the immune. Now, in this video, we would like to discuss about the development of cell in immune. Okay, so first, the cellular elements in the blood. There are mainly three types of the cell elements in the blood, which are RBC erythrocyte, WBC leukocyte, and the platelet thrombocyte. Again, the WBC leukocyte is differentiated into two types like granulocyte and the agranulocyte, where the granulocyte is responsible for the production of the neutrophil, basophil, and the eosinophil, and the agranulocyte is responsible for the production of T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte. There is a main process called hematopoiesis. What is hematopoiesis? So it is the process by which blood cells are formed. Now let's look next. Pluripotent hematopoietic stem cell. It is the most important cell because it responsible for the gives a rise of the different types of another cells. It is produced or generated from the liver and the bone marrow, and because of the pluripotent stem cell is responsible for the rise of the trinilage myeloid stem cell, megakaryocytes, erythroblast, and the most important lymphoid stem cell. The lymphoid stem cell is again generate the T lymphocyte, mature B lymphocyte, and the natural killer NK cells. Now the first, the T lymphocyte are migrate to thymus for the maturation, and then it stimulated by the antigen presenting cell acquire T cells receptor. What is that? T cell receptor के ऊपर एक एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल बाइंड होने की वजह से वो रिलीज हो जाता है, and then it again differentiated into two types, helper T cell and the cytotoxic T cells, where in the helper T cells there is a CD4 plus protein is present, and in the cytotoxic T cell the CD8 cell protein is present. Now the helper T cell is again differentiated into three types, which is helper T cell 1, helper T cell 2, and the helper T cell 3. The helper T cell 1 is responsible for the interleukin and the interferon production, and also the proliferation and the differentiation of the T lymphocytes, which act in the cell mediated immunity. And then the helper T cell 2 TH2 is responsible for the cytokines like the interleukin 4, 5, 10, and 13 production, and also simulate a B lymphocyte production for the humoral immunity. And then there is a helper T cell 3, which is mostly a resting phase of the immune response and also responsible for the production of the IgA antibodies. The B lymphocytes are get matured itself in the lymphoid stem cell and responsible for the production of the antibody producing plasma cell. And the NK cell, these cells are mainly act in the innate immune response. Now the myeloid stem cell. The myeloid stem cell are responsible for the proliferate and the differentiate the mast cell precursor cell, granulocyte cell, and the monocytes, where the mast cell precursor cell is responsible for the generation of the mast cell, and the granulocyte cell for the neutrophils, eosinophil, and the basophil, and the monocyte is for the macrophages. Now again, the pluripotent stem cell is responsible for the maturation of the progenitor cell. The progenitor cell, which is again act as a precursor for the interleukin, colony stimulating factor CSF, erythropoietin, thrombopoietin, and again the interleukin. The colony stimulating factor like the MCSF, which is a macrophage stimulating factor, and the GCSF, which is granular stimulating factors. So these cells are the present. Now let's take the key points from this video. You should remember that the pluripotent hematopoietic stem cell is the most important cell, and it is responsible for the all over the production and the development of the cells, where it is responsible for the generation of lymphoid stem cell, myeloid stem cell, and the progenitor cell, where the lymphoid stem cell is responsible for the production of T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte, which are mainly act in the adaptive immune response, and the NK cells, which act in mainly, as we discussed, is innate immune response. अगर आपको इस इम्यूनिटी टाइप्स में अगर कोई कन्फ्यूजन हो रहा है तो आप मेरा प्रीवियस वीडियो देख सकते हैं, जिसमें मैंने डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द इम्यून सिस्टम डिस्कस किए हुए हैं, और इनके बारे में इन डिटेल में हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में देखेंगे. सो नाउ there is a myeloid stem cell which is responsible for the generation of a precursor cell for the mast cell, granulocyte cell for the fields like the neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil, and the monocytes for the macrophages. And there is a progenitor cell which is act as a precursor for the interleukin, colony stimulating factor, CSF, erythropoietin, thrombopoietin, and again the interleukin. So thank you so much फॉर वॉचिंग माई वीडियो. अगर आपको कोई डाउट हो, क्वेश्चन हो, तो मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में आप मुझे बता सकते हैं. अगर आपको कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन देनी हो, अगर आपको कोई सजेशन हो, तो आप मुझे ज़रूर इन्फॉर्म करें. थैंक यू सो मच. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो वी विल डिस्कस इन ब्रीफली अबाउट द एडेप्टिव इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स एंड द इनेट इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स, इन विच उन वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे किस प्रकार के सेल इस इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम में अपना रिस्पॉन्स देते हैं और ओवरऑल प्रोसेस क्या होती है. सो थैंक यू सो मच.